Hey, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's Wednesday. What time is it? It's Wednesday at 10:50. Ooh, we're going live for the morning stream. Today we've got brand new, we're going to say new, legendary collection, Psyduck break. All right, we also have hot EB01 One Piece box break, live card shop. I'm just showing those off in the thumbnail. I think those are two pretty interesting items on our menu right now. We have just added back to the menu OP13 Japanese. I've got a case on the way. It's pretty overpriced. I mean, it's just how it is. It's a very desirable set. Hopefully they reprint it and the price comes down. I don't know. Even if they do reprint it, how much will the price come down is a good question. Because what we see, the pattern with Pokemon is they reprint it, prices dip, they go sideways, and then give it a little more time, they just come back up. So, and that's because people have already decided this is the goated set we all wanted. So OP13 is on pre-order right now for $12 per $12 per pack and $288 per box. Wow. But it's about almost 3 times cheaper than the English version of the pack. So I imagine people are interested in it because it'll be a third of the price almost. All right, let's see. So we're going to go over here. Let's see. Let's start setting this stream up, shall we? As we do. All right. Welcome to our daily live stream. Hey, Mr. Jack. How were your crab legs last night? Oh, what did I actually eat last night? I did not eat crab. I ate frozen chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggies. Ugh. All right, and they're terrible if you don't air fry them. If you microwave them, they're soggy and gross, which I learned last night. All right, because Kira's air fried hers, and I did not. So we're adding the website to the description. Let's get it in. Oop. Okay, the website is in. Let's go ahead and pin it. Pin. Let's go ahead and share the website. Oops, not like that. Let's grab this. Let's go share it in the Discord server. How's it going, everybody? All right. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about getting a QR code for the other YouTube channel. We're going live for Wednesday morning. Our new Wednesday morning stream. Ever since we changed, I have been sleeping like a freaking baby. I've been sleeping so well. Completely undisturbed sleep. It's just so easy to get good sleep when you sleep when the sun's down. And it's so hard to sleep when the sun's up. Like, you just get really good sleep if you're not an overnight worker. I know this from working overnight for the last 6 years. All right, let's hit refresh on these website orders. Make sure there's no fresh ones in there. Bryce McNally was the last order on the website. The website has received, get this, 437 orders since we created and started using it. 437 orders. Wow, that's a lot. All right, bake them in the oven. What are you saying? Did anyone else in California feel the earthquake last night? The earthquake? Let's see. All right, so my supplier just told me he cannot get me sealed cases of Pokemon start decks. I'm going to say, bummer. That's the, well, bummer. All right. Actually, I'm not going to say anything to him. Let's not say anything. So 100 start decks are sold out. Wow. Feels like just the other day that you weren't going to buy one because they're so expensive, and now there's none left. Unfortunately, we didn't pull the Golden Charizard. I'm going to go over to the website and remove them. I don't think I'm going to reorder them. I think they were a very tough product. I didn't like selling them, to be honest. They are. Let's see. All product. Probably what we'll do in the future is just go look for those exclusives from the start deck and maybe just buy one already graded and then offer that. Japanese start deck. Oh, they were even more expensive on the website. We're going to go ahead and trash this. Yeah, I don't see myself buying those again. Those were really unsatisfying to open. Okay, that's cool. Awesome. You know, it is satisfying to open these brand new Dragon Ball Manga 2 English booster packs. We sold a pretty good chunk of those yesterday. I think yesterday was the first day we introduced them. And at the rate that those sold, despite being $12 a pack, we might have to do a restock on them. So those did very well yesterday, but we'll see if that keeps up today. I don't know if it will. We finished the beautiful shiny Mew. I know that took a lot of money from everybody, so I don't know how everyone's feeling after that. Mr. Edward Cornelio, was that right? He walks away with it. Very lucky guy. All right, did I write down that Samantha had 2 large slabs on her label? Maybe I'll mention that to Alexis real fast. Let me text Alexis. Hold on, give me a second. I'm not sure if I wrote it on the label, but here's a reminder that Samantha Rodriguez has some large slabs as part of her shipment. All right, there we go. So there we go. I'll do that real fast so that we don't accidentally ship that package out without those large slabs, because then Samantha will have to come back and be like, I didn't get my large slabs. All right, that's all good. I think all I need to do now is get the iPad running, and we are ready. How you guys feeling for this fine Wednesday? We are. Whew. I got the Mew because of this awesome community. The world is coming to an end. Not really. You know, Trump just came out in a big speech today at the World Economic Forum, where I guess all the leaders are hooking up. They're all going over there. And he basically just revealed that he will not be trying to take Greenland by force. He said he would like Greenland, but he's not going to take it by force. All right, so let's see. We're going to jump over here. All right. Which does not surprise me, because we have seen him do this style of quote-unquote deal-making over and over again now, where he makes big threats and then doesn't actually do anything. Let's see. You know, he did it again right after Venezuela is one of the things that I noticed, because, well, he actually did use military in Venezuela. And he was very successful with it. And so he came back and he said, okay, now we want Greenland. Right? So he's like a boogeyman. All right, let's grab this. Come on now, open up for me. Oh, my eyes so itchy. But anyways, he came out and he said that he wants to build something called the Golden Dome, I guess. And it's a piece of technology that's meant to make nuclear bombs obsolete, which really doesn't sound too bad when you think about it. Maybe the idea that the United States could shoot down any nuclear bomb, that's a worthwhile investment, I think, you know, for just the sake of humanity. Because I don't think anyone would ever use a nuclear bomb. But why wait to find out if they do? Why not just build this thing? It's apparently based on the same technology they use in Israel to shoot bombs down that were shot over by Iran. And that missile defense system has been pretty successful. You know, Iran shot like thousands of missiles at a time at Israel, and only a couple missiles actually made it through that defense. And, you know, if you're only having to defend against a couple nuclear bombs at a time, even if they're sonic weapons, sonic missiles, you might be able to just shoot them down. But Trump wants to build that in the North Pole because that reaches down in all directions around the globe. So strategically, it makes a lot of sense, actually. All right, let me put this over here. It's an interesting conversation, and he sounded much more reasonable when he was at the World Economic Forum talking to all these guys. Of course, he sounded like his usual boastful self. And I guess he probably said a couple eyebrow-raising things while he was there. I can't even remember them, but I was like, ugh. He says some crazy stuff. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. For the movie San Andreas, looks like it's more likely to actually happen if the Fault decides to release all at once. I got the Mew because of this awesome community. Oh, yeah. Psych, says Mike Side. Y'all thought major ice storm about to freeze everybody. Yes, I had my in-laws coming down this weekend, but since there's going to be a snowstorm, I don't have to. Woohoo! Mister, remember I told you silver only going to go up. People will regret not buying those coins from you. Ha. Yeah, we have a couple silver coins for sale. Let's see the price of silver. It had last hit 90. Price of silver. It's still sitting at about 93, so it's unchanged from one day ago. Actually, you know, with Trump saying he will not attack a NATO ally, he will not use force, the price of gold and silver is probably going to cool off today because people are not going to buy precious metals if there isn't going to be World War III, which after his speech, it sounds a lot less like there's going to be a World War III. It sounds a lot more like he's just all bark. And so, you know, people buy those precious metals because they're scared of tariffs. They're scared of a changing world order. They're scared of massive military war breaking out. And so they buy that stuff up when they're scared. And then when things look peaceful, they sell it all off again. So now you may have silver at a high point, and it could be all downhill from here. You just don't know. We don't know what's going to happen next, but it's at an awfully high price of $93. It was $25. Let's see. In 2025, it was $37. And now it's 93, almost triple that. And actually, that was August of 2025. So that was only about 6 months ago. It was just $37. So for silver, which is not a Pokemon card where you can just have, you know, totally made up prices on it. Silver is an actual industrial good. It's a jewelry metal. It's a metal used for, you know, furnishing stuff and technology. For something like that to triple, they're gonna mine more of it, and I think you're gonna see that price stabilize and then probably dip. That's my perspective on silver. I could be wrong about that, but I do not feel bullish on silver at all. Silver has me feeling like it looks a little bit like a meme stock almost, except it's not a meme, it's silver. And I think a lot of it has to do with all this recent rhetoric and uncertainty in the market. Major ice storm about to freeze, everyone. All bark, no bite. That's right. Mister, I turned 35 today. Another chapter in the books. I woke up with back pain and hot coffee. Oh, man, 35. I'm 36, turning 37 in April, so it only gets worse. You know, when I turn 37, I'll feel closer to 40 than 30, significantly closer. And it's a pretty horrible feeling. I don't like it at all. I want to be young. So go do something fun, Mike. You know, Mike, I don't know what there is to do for fun. Like, okay, I can see Japan. I can travel to Australia. I can go to the UK, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I go to China. So you go traveling, you go to Disney World, you can buy a nice vehicle. What is there to do in life? You just kind of get old. That's it. Good wine, good food, good sex. That's it. You just have a bit of fun, and then it's, you know, you sit in your backyard and you light a bonfire, and then you get old and you die. I think that's it. So, but you know what we are doing? We're collecting our favorite Pokemon cards and trying to impress each other for fun, like it's kind of game. And then, you know, and then it goes to somebody else when you're croaked. It's somebody else's collection afterwards. That's never happened with Pokemon because Pokemon's still so young, but it's going to happen. Bro, is Mega Gengar good? I have it. Mega Gengar. Probably. Which one? You got the old XY version, or do you have the new Mega Dream version? They're both good. I like them both. All right. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys are having a great day. Coughing looks like meat wide from Aqua Team Hunger Force. What? What you're saying might be a little true about prices cooling off, but it won't dip. It will most likely lower just a little bit and stay stagnant for a constant long time until it's... Well, you got to understand, the problem with holding on to silver and gold is that it doesn't pay dividends. You can rent out a piece of real estate. You can receive dividends from a stock. You receive interest from bonds. Gold and silver just sit there and look pretty. That's it. They don't do anything. You can't even make really that much content about them. Like, you can make a video showing your gold and silver off. It all looks the same. It's not like look, I can show this Psyduck off and this will get attention. Gold and silver doesn't do that. So, you know, it's not like fine art essentially. This is a kind of art. So you can show these off. So gold and silver are one of the least productive assets to hold. So here's the problem with gold and silver. If it goes sideways, you have to sell. It's not allowed to go sideways, because then you're just losing 7%. That would be your opportunity cost. You'd be losing that if you had instead just purchased Walmart stock, which is as good as gold in my book anyways. Walmart's great. And so, yeah, I mean, why would you hold gold that just sits there in a security vault that you have to pay interest on the security vault, or it sits in your house where it can be stolen or it melts in a fire? Why would you be sitting on that and not wonderful Walmart stock where that company expands and grows and it produces a good and a service and it sells stuff? So that's why I don't own too much gold, just sort of like a the end of the world amount. just a couple of shillings or whatever they're called. Same with the silver. I don't ever hold a lot of it. I'd way rather hold Pokemon and One Piece and Dragon Ball and all these other wonderful cards. I'd way rather hold them. And yes, silver tripled. It's fantastic for people who already had $1 million of silver. But if you are not already sitting on $1 million of silver, I don't know if I would drop $10,000 into it, because now it has plenty of room to fall back down. So that's the positioning that I feel is true about silver. Again, I could be wrong, but I've seen silver and gold jumped dramatically during the 9/11 attacks in New York, and then they fell off right afterwards. And then they jumped during the 2008 recession, when the housing market collapsed, and then they fell back off as soon as the economy came back. So our economy is not even that bad right now. I don't know if I would trust silver to remain at 90. I think it could drop back down to 60 pretty quickly, and you would just be down 1/3 of your value if you bought in right now. So that's the same way with Bitcoin. Everyone at some point watched Bitcoin jump from 40 to 110. Well, it's great if you bought at 40. I don't know if I'd start buying at 110, because we don't know if it's going to do that again. So, and that idea applies to collectibles too. It's complex, isn't it? It's all gambling. It's a bit of gambling, isn't it? It's a bit of predicting. Well, how are you guys today on this fine Wednesday? Thanks for joining our stream. We talk about these kind of deals all the time. We talk about what's happening in the market. It's a great place to sit down and have your lunch break, or just think out loud about what's going on in the world or in the markets. Look at that Magnazone. Doesn't that look nice? Big swirl on his butt. $100 for that. Great place to hang out. We can... Ooh, what was that? I think something tipped over there. You need fractional for the end times. Fractional silver. Well, no, you're probably... You know, the funny part is, if we really ever did reach the end times, let's say it was the post-apocalypse, gold and silver is just a shiny metal rock in the end. The truth is, which would really make you wealthy in a true collapse, is if you had land, fresh water, ammunition, probably, weapons. If you had livestock, a way to produce food. So, the gold and silver guys, they're just hoping for a monetary collapse. They don't want a true apocalypse. They don't want like a nuclear war even. So, because then who cares about your silver and gold? It's totally useless for a while. Like it might be useful after the war, but it's useless during the war. No one cares. Doesn't do anything, right? Like the Jews during World War II, they had gold. What was that going to buy them? Nothing. So, yeah, so the guys who buy gold and silver, they want a collapse, but not a real collapse. You know what I'm saying? They just want the monetary system to fail. Ooh, look at these beautiful cards that are in rotation. These are nice. What do we got? We've got Pipichu. Oh, yeah. How about Megaladios? He's got to go down into the pricey slabs box. Money Blues on a Wednesday. I guess it's Daily Blues, but who's counting? Okay, let me take a picture of this. There we are. Let's see. I get all revved up for work, man, like I did a line of Coke. That's what keeps me going every day. I get all hyper and excited and high energy, and just keeps me running. Let's see. Pricey slabs. I don't know how to replicate that. Maybe it's something you can't replicate. Oh man, this camera takes terrible pictures because the camera portion of it is always covered in my fingerprints. I don't want any of that. I just have a wife and kids to think about, I've been in it since 2016, and it goes up and down, but it will never be the same as it was before. I agree with you. Yeah, actually, I was saying how I felt that all of the assets over time had really exploded, especially... Why am I getting this coloring? Can I get good coloring? What the hell? Wow, that is some ugly coloring. I can't stand that the iPhones decide the color of your picture. It shouldn't be that way. Let me see if I can... Let me try to delete that and see if I can get this better. Hold on. Let me try this. Hold on. New camera design. What? All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Oh, that's better. Okay, so I was taking a picture with Discord's picture-taking option. All right. Oh, that's so much better. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Look how nice that is. And then look at how ugly the above one is. That's what coloring can do to your photo. Crazy. All right. And how do I delete this? Oh, there it is. Good. Yeah, there's been some changes to the iPhone. They did a big update. I'm going to go put this down into the Pricey Slabs box. Speaking of Pricey Slabs, let's show off the breaks. You guys are really nice to me and jump in these breaks and head off after these great slabs. I really appreciate all the support over the last 6 or 7 years. Hopefully you find your time here eventful, interesting, fun, maybe informative. Maybe it gets your brain going. You are. And maybe it sparks your passion for collecting. All right, so, wow, almost too much stuff, actually. There's so much stuff going on. The Mega, of course, always runs. It's a big one. Trade Break, Ditto Break, Squirtle Break is up to 3 out of 9 now. He's the new Lightning Break. Let me say something about this. This card is receiving star spots. He will go off. If you jump in there, you can expect to see that one go off sooner than later, probably. And then over here, we have this wonderful Psyduck. 3 people jumped into this instantly. It's got a long way to go, but you can see it's already popular. And it's, you know, it's a high grade of 8. You know, I suppose we could have tried for 9, but that would have been really expensive. A 9 would have been really expensive. And then here's this beautiful Mew. He's at 4 out of 17. So a lot of stuff going on here. So many wonderful options. Mostly Pokemon, but there is one piece option for this cute Nami. She's wearing a kimono. It looks really clean. It's a promo card, by the way. That's a promo. It doesn't just come out of some set where anyone can pull it. It's a promo. Now, over here, we have the Ancient Origins box break. You know about that. The one-piece box break is the interesting one. So this is EB01, and it's up to 13 out of 21. Here's what's great about it. It's actually underpriced at 40 out of 21. Nowadays, this box has sold twice at $1,000. So it really should be odds of 40 and 125. So you're getting a deal on this break. It's a nice thing. Your odds are actually superior than they should be. So I think that one's probably going to finish on its own without too much promotion. I think people will recognize that. And, you know, usually there's a premium. Instead, in this case, it's almost like a clearance item. So it's a good situation. And that was caused because One Piece is jumping in price so fast, so rapidly, so aggressively. We also have this beautiful vintage pack. This is the Team Rocket Unlimited Vintage Pack. There's 11 spots in here. And notably, the gym break didn't move too fast. Maybe we've reached a point in time where these old vintage booster packs are now officially so expensive that people are not as interested in the pack splits, or maybe we just got too many good slabs to choose between. Here's the giveaway, the TCC giveaway that I guess used to belong to Nicholas Gruber. And here, let's get it a fresh sleeve, because we're going to write someone else's name on the back of that. Grade is 8.5, by the way. There is a Beckett Classic Collection Squirtle going for $24. Classic Collection Squirtle, I'd just buy the 10 of that. I would just save up and buy the 10. Yeah. There we go. Did you say his name with the accent mic side? Money motivates you is what you're saying, mister. No, actually, it's not just money. I am just a busybody. The money follows. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I don't think it would have mattered what I worked on. I'm just a busybody. I really am. I'm a guy who doesn't like to sit still too long. Well, I say that knowing I'm going to sit in this chair for a couple hours, but you know what I mean? Like I have to talk. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to think about. And I like to be using my brain. It's one of the reasons I can't watch movies. I have so much trouble watching movies because when you watch a movie, you kind of sit down and you just passively, you're on a roller coaster ride where someone else is in control of the ride. I always prefer to play games because then your brain's interacting. Your brain's actually doing some kind of work when you play a game. So for me, I'd like to be playing the game virtually all day long. So I have to be doing something. I really have to. When I was younger, I was that same way. They are wonderful. And funny enough, if you can have that excitement to get something done or to try something new or to work on something that you care about, the money follows. The money comes with it. So anyone can become wealthy if they're focused on just producing something, you know. But the real question is, how do you get that level of motivation? I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's just, it might just be a DNA thing. We don't know. We don't know what actually causes that, because I've certainly met people who would prefer to not move a muscle, and I just can't do that. I think I would go crazy. I would first get very angry, and then I would just start thrashing about until I was doing something. Here's Lickitung. Look at that Lickitung. All right. I keep skipping through the movies. 6 or 7 years. Good job, mister. Hey, what's up, Mr. Russell? We're in year 7. So 6 years are completed last year in November. That was the completion of 6 years. This is year number 7. So we have 3 years left to a 10-year anniversary. Whew. And I'll be hitting 40 years old, and I'll probably have some seriously good and expensive Pokemon cards to talk about. And I'll still be hanging out with you guys, talking about what's going on in the world. Be right back, doing a line of Coke like Tony Montana. See, that's the trick, though. You can't actually do the line of Coke because that stuff's no good for you. So I don't know how to do it, but if you can visualize yourself getting all hyped up, getting all energetic, like a guy who's hopped up in the 90s or the 80s on a line of Coke, you can visualize that and get into that state of mind. The world's your apple at that point. You can have a lot of stuff. You're going to get a lot done. Ooh, lovely. Let's get another pack of this running. Okay. And here's the empty packet for it. So this has been one of the hottest products on the menu, is English Carrying On His Will. We have the Japanese version coming to us. We're restocking it. It's going to be $12 a pack. The English version is $32. Japanese will be $12. Okay, here's this pack split. I don't know what kind of excitement there is for it. Here's all of our wonderful slab breaks. I think the one I'd like to show off the most in the vertical stream. Actually, this one right here. So you guys know about the Psyduck, but I think that the Ditto deserves some attention because that's a pretty small break. And it's an interesting break. Where can I put these in the meanwhile? I'm gonna set these to the side in the meanwhile. Maybe here. Okay, don't let me forget that I've done that. Hey, how's it going to homeboy David Yup? He says, do you collect any sports cards? No, not me. I don't even watch sports. I mean, I watch the Chiefs play the Super Bowl and get their butts handed to them, but I don't watch too many sports at all. Here's the Nami promo, huh? For $60. Why, so it doesn't have a double dots on it. How did this get a 9 anyways? Was I going to crack this? Is that what I was going to do? Because I didn't trust the grade on it? I think I was contemplating cracking this one because I thought... Yeah, so I actually suspect this card is not off-center because I notice when these cards are off-center, they tend to actually also be off-center on the back. And I think that the person who did the grading was using this border to decide the centering. But what they don't understand is the border is thin here and fat here because of the design of the card, and her hair in the image actually blocks that. So I have a suspicion if you send this to PSA, it will actually grade 10. But let's go ahead and take a picture of this real fast. So this is a very nice card. If it grades 10, it's worth a really decent amount of money. And we've been doing a lot of cross grading to get a sense of these companies. Okay, so it says the problem with this card is the centering. It has 4456 centering, which I believe it's going to argue is too low. And that's left-right. Yes, so it's arguing the left-right centering is 4456, which is too far of a difference. But again, when you look at it on the back of the slab, we don't see this level of off-centering. And then when you flip it around to the front, you have to understand that these cards have a fat border right here and a thin border down here, which changes the thickness of the centering on the left side. So where you measure the centering matters. Let me just stare at this for one more second. I don't know. I think it's pretty borderline. I'll leave it alone for now. Let's leave it alone. Okay. Mess around with my borderline cards all day long. How are you guys doing today? You guys want to see a set that we keep filling up, like with a million spots? Look at this. Okay, this is starting to get absurd. This is the binder break, and I feel pretty committed to it at this point. There's 3 people in it, and I just keep adding cards to it. The binder break is so fat, it's almost going to need 2 bags now. Is that a Nami break? Mister, I would stare at it too. He's actually a raccoon. Jump on the EB01 booster box break. But he's a reindeer. Is the Crystal Nidoking a break? Yes, he is. He's a break you can get in for $400 or $40. You get to choose. So you guys have seen all this a million times. There's just so much in here. It's ridiculous. I have to try and find something to add to this, if you'll excuse me. Let's see. So, well, the question is, where would I find some junk? What do we got here? All right, so here's a card. So this Electrike, he's a XY era ancient trait card. He's going in. That's valuable. That's pretty good. What else we got here? I'll add this Tornadus. Here's another Tornadus. So we'll add both of those Tornaduses. Okay, here's a Basculesian. Basculin. And let's see. Some XY stuff in here. This is kind of cool. I don't know. Zygarde. I add a little Zygarde in there. So those are, some of those are just kind of like fillers, right? Ooh, this is kind of nice. How does this look? That is a nice looking card. So how about this Clefairy as well? That's a serious card. That's a heavy card from the XY era. There's no doubt that's valuable. So we're adding a couple XY cards and then a couple junky sword and shield cards. Let's take a quick look at that. I shouldn't have put that other card away so fast. Where'd it go? Electrike. Very nice. I don't even think the baseball cards need to be in there, do they? So here we go. This is what it looks like. So today's another day. We're adding Clefairy and Electrike. Oops. Clefairy and Electrike. A couple holos, a V and a VMAX. Now what is this? Is almost like a booster pack. Isn't that crazy? So in it goes. You tell me what's a better deal at this point, the jumbo pack break or the binder break? You tell me. I think we need to split this into 2 bags. I think it's, I'm not even joking. I think it's actually so much. It needs 2 bags. All right, get the second bag going. Can I get a shout out? Hey, what's up, Roan Kustra? Have a great day. See you later, Mr. Troy Malice. Hey, good. Oof. Very good. So that is the binder break. We've gone ahead and split it into 2 bags now to help us out a bit. Presumably, it's going to have to keep growing before it finally goes off. But there it is. The longer you wait to join, the more you risk someone else fills it up first. So you have to decide when you don't want to wait any longer to get in there because you're scared you'll miss it. That's the question. My boy, Andy, my boy, see you later. All right. Here's a Mr. Zach order to jump into the OP13 break. Here it is, guys. Ta-da. Let's grab your card. You got a card. Okay. I haven't been updating it, you know. There it goes. So OP13, Mr. Zach is in here once again. He wants to see what's in this set, guys. If you'd like to join him, here is a gym break running. Okay, and, you know, this is really nice, too. Look at this Ligatong. He needs to go into the Pricey Slabs channel. Okay, Pricey Slabs. I'm going to take a picture of this guy and get him put away. Okay. Good. And he shall go in here. Nice. I love this point down Pikachu. He's such an extreme looking character. Thank you so much, Mr. Zach. What else is going on over here, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's been kind of a slow week, I feel. Do you guys feel like it's been slow? It's slow and then it's fast. It's kind of weird. Like, we'll have no orders for like a whole hour or something. And then all of a sudden, we'll get like a whole bunch of orders all at once. Usually right at the end of the stream, too. Here's Dodrio. Here's Metagross. Here's Nessa. If you guys want to have some fun, it might be up to you to open some packs to have some fun. The entertainment is caused by the people who open boosters or join breaks or whatever it is you might fancy. There we go. But I do believe we're in between sets right now. We're waiting for Ascended Heroes. Is that right? How's Ascended Hero going? How's the weather where I'm at? Let me look it up. I think it's pretty cold. Is it time to start doing... Oh, actually, it gets up to 46 today. That's not bad. Oh, it gets freezing on Saturday. It gets down to 5 degrees. So that's going to be... That's not good weather. That could burst your pipes. But let's take a quick look at Ascended Heroes real fast. Oops. All right, let's see. That's the next order. That's the next card set, and I have a feeling people are excited for that. Wow, that's expensive. Why is it so expensive? Let's see. Let's see, huh? I'm just looking up potentially what the prices are looking at. Oh, this guy's, he's selling cases of the booster bundles of the set, but then you read the fine details and he doesn't ship it until February. So it's like a trick. Gotcha. Gotcha, that's not really for sale. How about this one? Let's see. Can I get a shout out? Yes, you can. Hello, Lovebug. Hey, what's up, Mr. Tyler? How's it going, man? I think we're going to buy this. So we're going to take on another case of the booster bundles of Ascended Heroes. Let's try this. Oh my God. I don't think your flirting is very effective. You still in the Ozarks? That's right. I'm in Lake of the Ozarks. You want to see? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Oh yeah. How beautiful. All right. That is the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks. Grab this. The bundles don't come out for a while, says Mr. Zach. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, very nice. Well, guys, what a great stream. I'll see you all later. Let's say we start a stream up. If there's not a lot to do, I actually do feel like I could just hop off and just work on something like a submission. Let's go ahead and grab some slabs. We'll price up some slabs. Let's get the rotation on the slabs completed, everybody. Let's do it. Ugh. We got more than enough slabs for like a year. Not really. We sell so many slabs in a week. It's kind of nutty. So you have to have a constant import of slabs. But that's also why I need to work on submissions. So here is Zorua. $35. You almost can't read that. Let's grab a sticker. Let's see. Mr. Run a break on a booster bundle display on Ascended Heroes. Booster bundle display. All right, I'm doing it. We are. We're going to say 35. I'm betting this card doesn't get any cheaper than 35. It actually could have gone up, but we're just going to stick to 35 on it. That's Ends Zorua. Here's the Magneton. How's the Magneton doing? Let's take a quick look at this Magneton. I'm betting there's a lot of these graded. This is going to say Magneton 112. Very nice. Let's see. Let me test this real fast. Give me a second. There we go. I know something we can work on. We can work on pricing up some of those consignment slabs that had not finished being priced. So this card falls in price a little bit. All right, this card's going to be a total of $64. That's nice. Might be a good time to consider picking up one of these really nice looking Shinji Kanda cards. Today I saw 1v1 between a monkey and a dog. What? Here's Knockley. Lovely Knockley. Okay. Lovely. Here's Meltan. Look at that Meltan. I have not sold this on the first time around. I'm just going to lower his price now to 35. Okay, 35. Okay. This poor Mario card got a 9.5. He didn't sell. He's $40. We're going to lower him to $35. So cards that did not sell, we're just doing little price drops on them. It's actually pretty significant. That's over 10% off. There we go. We got some really good prices sometimes, you know. Okay, so that's Retro Mario. Let's grab some more, shall we? Bro, please, bro. That's right. Come on, bro. They got like the EB01 Peace box break, Darkness Blaze box break. That's right. What breaks are going on? Hey, what's up, Dustin? What breaks are going on? A ton of breaks, Dustin. We just showed them off at the beginning of the stream. And this is Yellow Moltres. Poker Moltres. Red, green, red, red. All right, we're going to stick to $150. Actually, no, this card's going to be sent off to the vault. Okay. An increasingly significant amount of my collection is in PSA vault now. Look at this, Meowth the Old Maid. Oh, that's cool, man. So this is a TheCardconomist graded copy of the Old Maid Meowth. You guys might enjoy. Okay. If you want a TCC graded card, here's Litwick Master Ball. Ooh, look at that Master Ball. Let's see. Litwick Master Ball English. Litwick Master Ball English. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Master Ball is 2 words. I guess we have one for sale and the rest of the internet doesn't. Did I spell Litwick right? I think I did. Yeah, I did. So I guess we've got one for sale and the internet does not. It's a 70. All right. Peel this guy out of here. Lovely Magnetron. Mr. pulling all the pricey slabs in his safe pocket. You know, I made the decision, no matter how much security I buy in my home, I don't think it ultimately matters. I just have too much good stuff in one place. So the new rule is it's out of here. It's going to PSA vault. I may send some off to the other vault too. What's that other vault called? It is Fanatics or something. Does Fanatics own a vault? Just so that it's not all at the vault. Fanatics Collect. That's right, because they bought it from PWCC. Okay, let's see. What happened to PWCC? PWCC was acquired by Fanatics in 2023 and then retired in 2024. It's a brand fully integrated as Fanatics Collect, which now runs the auctions, vaulting, and marketplace. Very cool. So there you have it, guys. So I may send off some cards to the Fanatics vault, some cards to the PSA vault. They're no longer going to be with me. I'll probably keep a couple with me that I also keep in a safe. So that's probably how it'll work. I've got my own safes, but that's the goal now. Don't even keep them with me. Pretty interesting, right? Why not put it in bank storage safe? Yeah, we can do that too. Let's see. Mr. putting all the prices slabs in the safe. Haven't been in chat a long time. How girlfriend or wife doing? My girlfriend's doing well. My wife's doing better. So they're both very fine. Sounds like a good business opportunity for me. Warehouse security vault. Smart. Yes. It's sad. I didn't want to do it because I like having them within my physical reach. But I have to do it. The cards are too valuable now. That's all it is. So in the past, the cards were not as expensive. They weren't cheap either, right? But, you know, they would add up to like $100,000 or some amount. And it was like kind of scary, but it was like not a big deal either. Who's going to come after me for these cards? But as time goes by, it's been 6 years. We're in year 7. The cards have reached a point where they're at a price where it can't all be in one home. It's too much. It's my goal now is to just get rid of it all. So that's my goal. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to sell some of it, like we're selling the Donkey Kong box. So this is part of my personal collection. I actually really like this item. This item has gone up in price for me over time. Like, it's basically doubled in price. This Donkey Kong box. This is one of the breaks you can join. But now he's for sale because I can't send this to the PSA vault and my collection's too valuable. So he's got to be for sale. I'm giving up items here and there that I would have otherwise kept, but I'm getting too nervous to hold so much stuff. So that is the goal now. We're just getting rid of as much as possible. And I've pretty much already accomplished that. I didn't really talk about it for security reasons out loud. I have almost 400 slabs in the PSA vault now. So I've actually already moved it. I just couldn't talk about it at the time that I was doing it. Let me show you. So it was a sneaky, quiet thing I was working on. And that is the nature of security. But a couple slabs remain with me. Here we are. They've already been moved. All right, so currently, the ones that they've already put in total, give me a second here. Time to do this eBay return. Nobody's in it yet, right? Be careful of the 14-year-old with Labubu backpack stealing from stores. What? Labubu backpack? Here it is, check this out. So we have a total of 376 things vaulted now. And there you have it. Put this back over here. You saw the video games come up, right? We Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Yellow. Yeah, those came up for sale for the same concept. We're trying to sort of shift things around and make the house a less valuable place. So we don't want the house to be so expensive. All right. There's a variety of tricks we've actually already employed. So let's get some more slabs up here, because you know why? Because there's 0 orders. Here, let's see. Sounds like we need some new guys, man. We gotta make some new friends. This is the first time order card. It needs to be a double card. We're gonna get another card for whoever places the next first time order. Team Rocket and Stream taking notes on your security. Well, I mean, they can definitely take notes that all those cards are now in the PSA vault. They can go try to steal from PSA. I'm sure the vault's that one's not easy to catch on to. It's a nice feeling, actually. It actually does feel secure. It's just that now I can't play with them, so there's a trade-off. Harder to make videos, too. Okay, so we're going to have Verizian and Victini. Did you mail my stuff to me? Hey, how's it going, John Reagan? Not if you didn't order shipping. Did you order shipping and I missed it? Is that what's going on? You have to order a round of shipping for your stuff to ship out. Was your name John Reagan? Let me look up your cards. Ow. You know what we could do? We could, like, clean up the table. I could get all the abandoned bags together. Here it is. John Reagan. Here are your cards right here, Mr. John. All right. So you got your Golem, your Wigglytuff, your Gengar, your Zapdos birds. If you'd like these to ship out, you need to purchase a round of shipping. Until then, we store it in a John box. There's a box for guys whose name is John. Now, the reason we do it that way, John, is so that you can keep your stuff over here and keep adding to your bag before you buy a round of shipping. This saves you money. So a lot of people buy that way, especially people who have stuck around for a long time. They prefer to build up a large shipment and then pay for one round of shipping. And it just saves an enormous amount of money. It saves money for you, saves money for me as well. Right, like if we did free shipping, we tried that in the past. If we did free shipping, you run into this problem where people just ask for the free shipping every 2 booster packs. They order a booster pack on Monday. All right, now ship that out. They order a pack on Tuesday. All right, now can you ship that out? Then they order a pack on Wednesday. Okay, I bought a pack on Wednesday. Go ahead and ship that out. So you run into this problem where people just want you to ship every single time they buy something if you do free shipping. So we found a formula that works best. $9 shipping. It covers Miss Alexis's pretty generous pay. She gets paid like $25 an hour to do the shipping. It's solid money. And then it covers the materials, which are getting increasingly expensive, and it covers the cost of the label. So $9 shipping. The price doesn't go up even if you have a ton to ship. So that's the trick here. So if you have like more like $50 of shipping to do, you only have to pay $9. So in a way, at that point, it's become free because we don't increase the price of the shipping unless you're international, which is a different story. Wow, look at this Mario card, man. Ace of Diamonds, vintage Mario. I remember when shipping was free ages ago. Yeah, we used to use tricks to try and slow down the amount of free shipping everyone demanded. One of the tricks was we would put you on a queue to ship out for free. and the queue would take like a week to actually go off. And a week later, what do you know? It turns out you bought more stuff. So you would get that, you'd get that combined shipping anyways. So, yeah, we learned that. Most people just demand the free shipping over and over again if you do free shipping. They're like, okay, I bought 2 packs. Print me a $6 label with all of the bells and whistles. And it's like, bro. So it doesn't work. You have to have some sort of incentivization system that makes people want to be more efficient with it. Because many people get into the style of buying cards day to day or week to week, month to month. Milo says, how do I place an order? Hey, what's up, Milo? Check out the website. It's a link in the live chat. So a lot of new guys are using the website now. The website's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to buy cards the old school way, you head over to the description of the live stream and you just send me money on PayPal. That's it. You just send a direct payment and tell me what you want. You don't have to use PayPal. You can use Venmo, CASHAPP, ZELLE. ZELLE's my favorite. There's a ZELLE giveaway going right now. ZELLE, cryptos, we do use crypto. We got all kinds of methods. I will pile up a few more orders. There you have it. It saves money. It's a smart thing. A lot of people do it that way. Here's Megaladias. Ooh, yeah, that's nice, man. That's an English card. We sold something like this yesterday. Let's see. PSA 10 Megalatias 163. Cheapest one is now $70. Wow. The price literally cuts in half. So that's a learning lesson. The tag turnaround time was so fast that we got the cards back. We got the cards back before they had fallen in price. So I should have listed this immediately on eBay. Shouldn't have sold it to you guys. I should have sold it on eBay instantly. Wow, that's beautiful. The Master Sword. Let's see if we can actually find this one online. PSA 10 Poker Master Sword. Zelda. Nope, none for sale. I got one for sale. That is the Ace of Clubs Master Sword. This is printed by Nintendo. Nintendo printed that. I ought to just take all these and put them all up on eBay. Yeah, if I can't find one of these on eBay, why don't I just sell it on eBay? Poker Mario. Ace. Okay, Mario Ace. Yeah, there's not one on eBay. I got to sell these on eBay. It's got to be me. I got to sell these. There should be a layer of them on eBay before reaching this table. They're still cool cards, but we should get them up there. Am I on the ZELLE giveaway? Oh, Mr. Zach, let me get you right on there, man. You definitely deserve to be on it. All right, here it is. So I'll give you 2 spots on it, Zach. We'll call it back pay. Because you've been using ZELLE for a while. I really appreciate that, man. There it is, Zach Stex. Very cool. All right. Wow, I love this card. Look at this retro Mario boot. Man, that is sexy. That is really cool. And then we were asking $45 for Stellar Miracle Noctile Pristine 10. I don't even feel like selling that $45. I feel like jumping that up to $60. But let's take a quick look. Stellar Noctile. I like that card a lot, and I know how hard a BGS is to acquire. So, yeah, BGS... Why would they call this Stellar? No, that's right, because the English is Stellar Crown. Okay, so this is going up. There's not one for sale. I have one for sale. And to be honest, I don't know what I was basing that 45 on in the past, but I doubt there was one for sale. It's too nice. When it hits that pristine, it's too nice. He's going to be 60. There it is. I know now from lots of experience just how challenging it is to get BGS pristine 10s. It's very difficult. Important user agreement. See how agreement is changing eBay. What the fuck? There's always these user agreements. It's scary, man. Sign on the dotted line. You may not sue us. Do you have any chance? Do you have any of the Pokemon poker cards that I could look at? Definitely. I've one of the best Pokemon poker collections in the world. And that's actually still here with me because I like to show it off. So give me a second. Let me go grab it. I'm going to show off some, since we're not doing any sales anyways, let me go get some Pokemon poker cards. All right, Let's see. I don't really know what this is worth anymore, but I know it's been going up in value because all the poker cards have been rising in value over time. Okay. This is like a brick of money to me is what it is. See this? This is a brick of money. All right. Like, you know how the coin guys get like a tube of silver? This is my tube of silver. So you got this beautiful Lily card. There she is. Ace, club, heart, and diamond. Very elusive Lily card. A lot of people don't know it exists. Here are the evolutions. Beautiful. That's actually the artwork is from Nintendo 64 Pokemon Stadium. Great stuff. I need yellow deck heart suit J9. Did you ship my NGC coins? Well, if you sent in for shipping, I'm confident Miss Alexis did, yeah. Here's a yellow deck Squirtle, Stadium Pikachu, Umbreon, Yellow Blastoise, Mewtwo, Stadium. Some weird ones here, you know. Here we are. Blastoise. These are super rare. I think one of these sold for a couple $1,000s, didn't it? Here we are. Here's some Lugias. Now, that's a Queen of Clubs version. That's the Ace of Spades version. I think the Ace of Spades version is cooler. Even though it's more populated. The Queen of Clubs is more rare, but it's uglier. So there's a trade-off. But these guys right here, I'm pretty sure Surfing Pikachu sold for a lot recently. PSA 10, Poker, Pikachu. This is a Pikachu card you very likely don't own. First of all, let's see if there's one for sale. I'm curious. Okay, there is one Surfing Pikachu for sale. Somebody wants $10,000 for it. I don't know. That seems kind of high. But then again, there's just not a lot of them. And the Pokemon hobby's been pretty crazy. All right, and you know what? It's no longer on their system anymore. Because that's how it works. When an item sells, you can see the sale for a while. And then after enough time goes by, eBay removes it. So the last sold on one of these was like, it was either $3,000 or $4,000 for one of these bad boys right here. I saw it. I was like, ooh, I own two of those. Do we have it? Awesome. Yes, they ain't cheap. That's right. And then one of my favorite Pokemons of all time, I had to hold one of these, is Gyarados. I love Gyarados. Here's a yellow deck Flareon. Here's a blue deck Cubone. Here's a yellow deck Dragonite. Here's a, here's a couple Pikachus. All right, so obviously Ace of Spades is the high card in poker. So anytime something's the Ace of Spades, you know, you got to kind of think about owning a couple of those. So Ace of Spades, yellow, 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 blue, and blue. Now, you can collect the red version. There's nothing wrong with red and green are fine, but I just know for a fact that the yellow version is much harder to obtain. So I like the fact that I held on to these yellow Pikachus. These are pretty amazing, the yellow Pikachus. So we got a total of 6 of those, but I have room to grade more of them because I have a couple more decks of these cards. They're really nice. Oops, make sure we keep these together. How much is the Nido King break? Great question, Dustin. You can buy in at 2 levels. You can buy in at the $40 level, or you can buy in at the $400 level. It's a big break, so it's going to take a while for it to go off. There we go. All right. That's box number 1. Let's try box number 2 of poker cards. You guys ready? So here we have a really desirable leaf green Gengar from 2004. Coming out of leaf green there. That's a lot of fun. Oh, this is a Charizard box. So hold on. Is the whole box Charizard? Yeah, hold on. Let me try. Okay, let me show off the other box first then. So you saw the Lily box first. Here's, I know I've got a couple Gengars sitting around somewhere. But here's the Gym Leader's yellow deck. You can see I'm real possessive over that yellow deck. One of my favorite cards from the collection, and I've already moved a couple of these into the vault, Tyranitar. Yep, big fan. This is the Poker Tyranitar. He's pretty freaking rare. That's a really rare Tyranitar you're looking at. 2000, year 2000. Ace of Spades Mewtwo. So you either get Ace of Spades Pikachu or you get Ace of Spades Mewtwo. There's an Ace of Spades Mewtwo. Here's a little Charmander and a Bulbasaur from Yellow Deck once again. because, again, I perceived the yellow deck is much harder to acquire. So I held on to a couple of those yellow decks. Here's Umbreon. There's a Joker Pikachu from Gold Part 2. That's pretty cool. Here's a yellow deck Cubone. Here's another yellow deck Ace of Spades Pikachu. This should go in the other box. Hold on. These should be together with the other ones. There we go. Try to keep those together if we can. Ah, here it is. Yellow deck Squirtle here. So what do you think? Did I do good? Am I sitting on some nice ones? Look at this. Wow. Fantastic. So there's a Psyduck. I have been paying attention to Psyducks. I think they're good, kind of like the way Gengar's good. Here's a little Espeon. I don't have a lot of the Espeons, but there's one. And a couple of the Gengars, too. So the Gengar is a cool-looking Gengar in this set. I know Gengars generally do sell well. Here we are. Do we have one in the other box? I think we did, right? Oh, no green deck. Okay. So look, Gengar. I think I sold the green deck once to LaFlame. Gengar. I don't think he held them, but I think he should have. I hoped he did, but I don't think he did. Yeah, I think he got a couple of my green Gengars. I don't remember. Oh, I remember. He pulled some when we used to have randomly pulled Pokemon cards. That's what it was. What older packs do you have for sale for 200? Well, probably some of the XY era stuff. If you look into our menu, we've got XY era cards. You can look into those. There. Do you have any poker cards for sale? Not from these boxes, but yeah, I was just showing off some that were for sale, but I'm taking these down and sending them off to eBay. So these will be sent off to eBay. Like this guy right here, he was for sale. Moltres is good. Moltres is good. He will sell. Oh, this guy's meant to go into my poker boxes too. So this guy right here, he needs to be moved off. Okay. Now, this is one of the most expensive boxes because it's contained in the Charizards. These are the Red Stadium Zards. These are very special. They're Nintendo 64 artworks, and he's just hard to grade 10 because the deck that he comes out of is very overpriced, but also there's only about 16 gradable cards in the entire deck, and you're relying on them grading 10 as well. So it's like, this is really tough to build up a position like this unless you just want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on it. Okay, but then we got, here's a little leaf green Charizard. We held on to that one. It's the only one I own, but this is the real meat and potatoes right here. 10, 10, 10, 10. These are some 9s. I kept some of the 9s and 8s, I believe. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And what do we got here? 9, 9, 8. All right. I'll put those 9s and 8s back in the box there. I think I have more of these somewhere. I'm not sure. There we are. Look at that. So it's really, really impressive. What's cool is that I have another one of these guys grading as we speak. And then I just have the option to open so many more fresh decks and get more of these out of there. But these won't be sold ever. These will be held. Yellow deck, green deck, blue deck, yellow deck, yellow deck. We got blue deck. The table can't even hold them all. It's really fun. I like to do this for fun. Maybe we can do this. Hold on. Give you a visual of what this looks like real fast. There you go. Hey, not bad. Dang, Mr. Outlaw got a lot now. Yeah, it took a while to build up all these Zards. Now, those are just the 10s. Remember, I was showing off the 8s and the 9s as well. There we go. All right. Very proud of this. This was the work of multiple years. Took multiple years to accomplish this. It can't be done in a night. Can't be done, in a short period. It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of discipline not to sell any of them because everyone asks you for one, and you could even sell one at a good price, but you got to have the discipline to say no, 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 no. So there you have it. But we've been helping people acquire these poker cards for a while now, and I think they look better than some of the other vintage cards. That's one of the best parts about them is take a look at what the age of the card is. So let me show you this real fast. Look at the age on this card. 1996. So these blue, green, yellow, and red decks either came out in 1996 or 1998. They're extremely vintage. And they've mostly just been ignored for a long time. I was one of the people who pushed them the hardest. I think I did push them probably harder than anyone else. I just think they look great, and people still play poker. All right. One day, I think those poker Charizards will go for $10,000 a card. I don't know when, but someday. What are they going for now, actually? I don't even look because I don't care. Poker Charizard, probably like 1.5 to 2.5. Let me check sold. What time do you stream till? We got time. We're only 1 hour in. We can stream another 2 hours. We got plenty of time. Yeah, you want to place an order or have any fun? Any action? Now, I don't see a Charizard here at all. So I don't see a last sold Charizard. Oh, wait, that was under buy it now. Let me try all. Maybe there's one that sold in auction. So the last sale, the most expensive poker card sale was a $1,250 Snorlax. And then let's call it playing card. Playing cards Charizard. Sometimes... here we go. Okay, so on December 28th, a Charizard that I didn't even know was for sale, it sold in the UK for $1,000. That was an auction. So one of them went for $1K in auction. Very interesting. There you have it. So it's, it's one of those cards where I think it still has a lot of time to go up in value. Looks like the cheapest one you can purchase it's in Italy. Okay, and then here's one of the United States. It's 1.5 thousand, but it's the green version, right? So it's a green version Zard. Is it worth buying a pack of poker ungraded and then grading one? Only if you get lucky. So when you open up the deck, you might get unlucky with what's in it. You might get bad pulls, just like any booster pack. And then also, the whole deck can be off center or have problems with print lines or gray dots in the card. So, like any product, it's a gamble. The real question is, do you feel confident trying to sell it? You'll have to spend thousands of dollars grading it too. So first you got to buy the deck, then you got to grade the deck, then you got to try and sell the deck. By then, it really comes down to, did you get lucky? Did your deck have a Charizard in it? Did your deck have printing problems? Was it well-centered? So it is a gamble like anything else. Is it worth buying a pack of poker ungraded? I bought Gen 2 poker cards a couple years back, still got them. How many packs are in the Ancient Origins break, and does it have to be open? Great question. So this is the Ancient Origins box break. It's a total of 36 packs. All packs do have to be opened. Here they are. I call it the S tier break because I really like it. We're getting close to the end on that one. Right here. All right. Ancient Origins, everybody. So Nicholas Williams bought the latest 2 spots in there, getting all the way up to 29. There's a sub list that's going to eat up spot number 30. So that leaves just these 6 spots left. This break is almost done. $230 a pack. Join us in the Ancient Origins break. If you buy a pack, you'll be part of the opening. And it's extremely fun to watch. Just extremely fun. There you go. So I encourage you to give that a shot. We don't know how good the pulls are going to be, but if it's a good box, it could be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. So you're looking for good centering, good cutting, clean cut edges and corners, and just hot cards in the box itself. Some boxes are hot, some boxes are not, just like today. Just like today. But what's cool about the XY era, the cards have all gotten so insanely expensive that even non-holographics are making money, just like old vintage. The reverse hollows are making seriously large amounts of money, like hundreds of dollars now. So you get like a hollow, reverse hollow in your XY pack, and it grades 10. You're looking at probably minimum $200 to $500 on the sale of that hollow or the reverse hollow, which makes the buy-in price look a lot more palatable, $230. So all you really need, even if your pack is not going to have like an EX full art in it, you just need a decent hollow that's with good centering and good corners and edges. So if you get that, you're pretty much taken care of. You may not even like which card comes out of it, but you can grade that and try to flip it to get your money back. So that's the way I see the Ancient Origins box break. I'm actually in there myself. I've got 3 packs in there myself because I want a shot at the Rayquaza. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then when that's done, we can pick a new box break, which currently I have no plans on what the next box break should be. Hey, what's up, Mr. PDX? I might try Topps Pack 2 sometime. CGC just makes more sense to me. I have a Mewtwo PSA 7 from a break, through. I wonder what it goes for now. It's funny that you can buy a CGC 10 heavily discounted, but find a PSA that looks worse, but demands a huge premium. Paul Newman, that could be a mistake by the market. So the people in the hobby, the marketplace, has all kinds of mistakes in it, and that's where you as a trader, somebody who makes money from trading or making choices, you have the ability to increase your net worth by analyzing what the mistake is and trying to take advantage of it. One of the cards PSA graded with you, I think they damaged. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, they've damaged a couple cards, but you know what? They're pretty good for the thousands of cards we have graded with them. They've been pretty good. Presumably. Actually, I'm pretty sure they put a giant thumbprint on a Halo card. I'm going to crack that back out, wipe the thumbprint off, and resubmit it. And hopefully it gets a 10. Well, guys, it's a very, 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 very slow Wednesday. There's been exactly one order by Mr. Zach for like $16. I'm afraid I cannot sit here and remain live if there's no orders. So I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. I'll see you for the evening night streams.